Talk to me about your boys, because me this opening game is it really take me aback.
So I'm not even like the opening game, it pained me. But it pained me at the same time. If you know United, there are certain circumstances that sometimes you know that it has the potential to be a banana skin. I know it looks very straightforward that you're playing against a newly promoted team. It should be an easy match, blah, blah, blah. But United, a lot of times, if we go against a very highly motivated team, particularly so early in the season, it's something that they tend to struggle to overcome. And not even just early in the season. That's why me, for example, every time if the season starts, say James's Park at the right time off, because I know say that atmosphere and the aggression with the go face for there, we no go feel overcome. That's one of the things that's standard. And the type of atmosphere we went to meet in Hull is very similar to what you go and meet at St. James's Park in terms of the fans being very extra motivated, the players too being very physical, all of that. It always has the potential to just cause us problems. So me, I wasn't expecting an easy match. If anything, probably a narrow win or a draw. But I wasn't expecting a defeat, particularly under these circumstances. I wasn't expecting us to be 2-0 down as at halftime. Because even I thought, okay, halftime, 2-0 down, it gives you more time to try and pull one back. If you can get a goal before the 60th minute, then you can do some comeback or anything. But it was just, I wouldn't say it was toothless because in the end, we created a number of good chances. Honestly, they didn't create much from open play. I think their XG from open play was like 0.07 or something like that.
Yeah. It was the
Everything was
set
from set
pieces, no?
pieces. And we knew that this season we were going to struggle from set pieces because a huge part of our defensive set pieces was Casemiro. So losing him was going to be a huge problem. On top to two other people who help us on the defensive set pieces are Sesko and Dallo. Both of them weren't on the pitch for those set pieces. So it was always going to be a huge problem. I feel like we should have been more prepared for it because anybody could have told you that this is the problem we're going to face. So I feel like when you're facing a situation like that, you should be extra motivated when set pieces come. Be very physical in defending them, all of that. But Maguire decided to defend his own player. He was holding Mazraoui as with the defense set pieces. This will be the second time
Bro, I saw
Maguire
that.
did this thing.
Jeez.
Like I know that does like I don't even want to pile on him too much, but yeah,
But
like
I have a
in
question
the
though.
end, you let me in the end, honestly, even though it's very disappointing, I'm not very phased. I wouldn't say phased, but it hasn't really put me off on our chances this season. Because another thing about United too is that for some reason under Carrick, we tend to struggle against teams that play with a back three. I don't know what the problem is. Out of his 5 defeats for United, 4 of them have come against teams that play a back three. So that's something that, for me, even though it's concerning, it also gives you a bit of hope that it not be every week you could play against team playing a back three. That's one. And also, when you have a problem that is very specific like that, it possibly gives you a chance to work on it because you know that okay, this be one of our main issues playing against the back three. You can work on it on the training ground. You can potentially sign players who can help you counter that problem. So for me, knowing what I saw in preseason, at least up until the AC Milan game, and also how we played last season, because remember that from January till the end of the season, United are the team that picked up the most points in the league. So I don't think it's something that will just be thrown away because of this one bad result. If it continues to happen like this, then now on I'll be more concerned. Right now, my main concern is Ahmad being out. And the problem is that in Buemo, that guy is not a winger. He's a finisher. That's how I put him. Like, not that he's a
Second
striker.
forward.
What I'll say, the thing is, I wouldn't even say he's a striker. That's why I say he's a finisher.
Supporting.
Mbeumo, if in the final third, if he has to give a good pass, a good cross, or a finish, I trust him. Like I trust him like 90%. But how you go work the ball to arm for that side, and how he himself go work the ball to somebody over there, like he can't beat his man. The interplay, like all of those things, he's just not somebody who is. It's like playing Lukaku on the right wing. he no go work him body, like he can't figure out how to
See,
work
no, no,
himself
no.
out
I'm
of.
sorry, but I can't accept that. Then times the only times the Lukaku they drift to the right, then they give perfect crosses, perfect. You the guy against this thing against what we name PSG, perfect crosses. Rashford,
See,
Kune, like
Lukaku,
Maza.
I even like one of his hidden talents is crossing. I've even mentioned it when he was back at United. I said he's surprisingly good at crosses. In Buemo, that's the thing about him. His final ball in any situation is very good. If he has to give a final pass, it's good. If he has to give a final cross, it's good. If he has to finish, it's good. But the working the ball from the halfway line, getting to the ball to that side be the problem. He's not good
He need
at that. The
he's one
ball
of those
before
players
the
that
ball.
he needs grass. Like he needs grass ahead of him.
Ehen.
If he doesn't
So
have grass,
exactly.
forget
So
he
and
no
that's
go
the
do
thing.
anything plus the ball.
He's good at playing counter attacking football because that one there you could get space, run, and he's very fast, all of that. But now that Carrick wants to play more possession based football, it's going to be a huge problem. And at the moment, Ahmad is probably our only winger who is able to break down tight defenses. I feel like Ahmad, one of his biggest weaknesses is that sometimes he doesn't realize how good he is. If I always say that if he had Garnacho's audacity, he'd be one of the best players in the league. Because Garnacho, like he, how he dey perceive in talent and the talent where he did is very far apart. So he could try some things where a player of your talent shouldn't be trying. And I wish Ahmad had that kind of thing because every now and then it's like he just go get the ball and he could realize say, actually, I'm very good. I'm actually a good player. Oh. Then he just go do some moment of magic. We saw it in the World Cup for Ivory Coast. They were trying to break down a tight defense. I've forgotten. I think it was Ecuador or something. And it's like it just clicked in his head that I can just I'm actually good at football. And he just did some 1-2 pass, something where he take go score. And I wish he always had that thing in him. But in the end, even though last season he wasn't very productive in terms of his numbers, he's the only player who can do certain things. Cunha is here and there. Sometimes he can also works and moments of magic. But Cunha too, he's very wasteful. It's like having Bruno on the wing. So you can't trust him all the time. But Ahmad, yeah, for what we are trying to do right now, he's probably the most
So
important winger we have. Because Charlie, we are playing in Bremo who can't break down defenses, and Dogu on the left wing who also can't break down defenses. Yeah, play Dogu. The best description I can have for him is that when he's playing on the left wing, he plays like a left back who does a little well when he's playing as left wing. And then when he's playing at left back, he plays like a left winger who does a little well when he's playing as
as
left
left back.
back. Like he doesn't play either possession like it's natural to him.
So if
So
a
Because
it's
wing
his
back,
very
you guys for,
natural
for put
because
them
his
in
natural
between.
his natural position is a wing back. That's
even that one
that's
safe, bro. We saw him
bro.
play wing back the first half of last season. His final ball is terrible.
But
His decision making is terrible. Like you
but
don't know.
Smiley, my issue with United right now, like all the things you've mentioned are valid points. But I see a lot of dead weight in the team, man. Xerxes, Mount, Shaw,
So,
even your midfield, right? Tielemans and Andre Santos and Baleba. I don't think that's the answer.
That could
so
work. They complement. Look, I'm not gonna lie. In that department, for the money they've spent and the money being thrown around this transfer, that is good business. I think they can work.
Not Andre
Tillemans,
Santos
uh,
and
uh,
not Tielemans.
no,
I feel
the three of
some
them need
60
to,
mil, 70 mil should
bro.
have gone on a
See,
serious midfielder.
the three of them need to play together. That's how it works. Because the
Charlie,
weakness of
Premier League
one
don't
is
get time.
the weakness of one is the strength of the other. Tillemans can't run to save his life, so you need Tillemans to help you with the balls out to your attackers. And the Sanchez is very good at screening, like cutbacks, those kind of things. He's very good at those things. So you need him to do that. Baleba is the guy that can run forward and run back and also help Andre Santos to screen. So them three together complement each other on paper. Whether the way Carrick wants to play allows them to play to the best of their abilities, or for instance, somebody I was watching a video. There was a Chelsea fan that was trying to say we should sign Baleba, right? And his point was that because of how good Baleba is going up and down, we should sign him as a left back that comes into midfield to partner with the midfielders. So the double six that he wants to play, it will be him and Caicedo, and then the third midfielder will just be Enzo going forward, spreading the passes and whatnot. And that, in principle, could work. But that would mean you have to drop Luke Shaw, or Luke Shaw goes into centre back as left centre back.
I mean, one of our priorities this summer was supposed to be a left back. It's just that we wanted Lewis Hall. And Newcastle, after losing so many players, looks like they won't use Hall as, Charlie, this be the guy, this one they no go take him from us. So that's the problem. Because Shaw is very established right now that going forward, he's useless. Like, he doesn't have the legs to go up and down a game. So you just have to use him as somebody who just adds more solidity to the defense and everything. Honestly, unlike the midfield, I'm okay with our midfield options. I think, like Van Gelder is saying, they complement each other well. The problem is that I think they will complement each other if you're playing three in midfield, like 4-3-3. You have Bruno, who you can't drop. And that's where the problem is. So you have to pick two of them to play together with Bruno ahead of them. And that's
the only way is to play a back three. Play a back three. Play a back three, and then you can get Bruno in.
Because unlike United fans, our problem with Mount isn't that he's not good. Our problem is that he's not available. So if you're not available, you're useless to us. Because the thing is, Mount, every time he's had maybe a stretch of maybe 2-3 games, he's done well. But I can say he's probably only had a stretch of 2-3 games for United, maybe twice. So it's not something. Is
he injured again right now as you speak?
Carrick said the guy gets knocked. No, he missed our last two.
Knock him?
and that's the frustrating thing with him.
The way that they vex me, he get knocked.
He check like Lavia. Like they make a guy Lavia. If them talk to Lavia get knocked, no, or
2 months.
Bro, that boy has played 3-4. Sorry, I'm taking it back. He has played 3 seasons at Chelsea now. This is 4th season, I think. He'll be preseason against AC Milan, playing first 90 minutes ever for Chelsea. He's never played 90 minutes before. That one, Xabi Alonso say he be mental block, so he said that no sabam. He just make you play. So he finished, then they won't collapse. He finished, then they can't collapse. You defeat he tired. Since Southampton, sorry, he's not played 90 minutes football. How? Wait, as a Mount there, if be the Chelsea fan, may I just tell you, if be the curse, we curse him. That
see, I don't understand because Mount, until his last season at Chelsea, then you put your problem with Ambi say he played too much. So I don't know how his career
every time he play.
So I don't know how his career managed to flip to this guy who he can't play 3 games in a row. Like
it be that same way if you play young player way too, bro. In the first 2 years, he played every single game. If he be dead rubber Sefi, Mount did it. He played every single game from Frank Lampard, Tuchel to come in boy that he played him the whole season, no rest. The next season, that be in 3rd season, where all of a sudden he started to pick knocks. Every time knock, then he go 3 weeks, then he go come. Then that same match, he go come play 5 minutes, go pick another knock, go another 4 weeks. Then so the time when they sell him, the reason why Chelsea fans didn't want them to sell him is because he's a Cuban boy. But then the moment Bobby go tap there, we are home. That be where we say, hey, they went and curse and we right now, they feel stay fit. But back to United, I do think, again, I don't take too much. Yeah, there were some worrying signs in the performance yesterday. But again, first game of the season, you've not got the full complement of your team just yet. Like, I feel like if the Ligt comes back, in heaven, then what be the other guy? If you heaven, then Euro, we play
Euro.
People have De Ligt, Martinez. It's not a bad defense. It's not
no, that's the thing. De Ligt, first half of last season, De Ligt was incredible before he got the injury. That one too, initially they say knock 1 week. Yeah, 1 week turned into 6 months. Now here we can't reach. And the problem with that was it was similar to Saliba. It was similar to what Saliba has with Arsenal. He had a back injury and he was just trying to manage it.
Manage it.
And then it just went too long and he just decided to have the surgery in the end. So that's what is giving me hope, that he's had surgery now. So his problems are behind him.
Correct time.
So
and then Baleba like this, then say he hurts. I they see amount of things. Either he no hurts, he just they do. I don't want play give Brighton. That's why they claim they hurt. Or he almost.
Some people say Some people say he played the way he played last season for Brighton just to bring his value down. So say we go figure time to see like that.
Yeah, go PB into that one today. But at the end of the day, look,
too
at the
late,
end
to
of
be
the day,
honest.
I do think when United have the full complement of their team sorted, I do think they will play well. Look, I don't trust Carrick, but I trust his assistant, Steve Holland. I know that guy like the back of my hand.
I
He
actually
did
have a
Chelsea
question for Smyly.
plenty years. He will be fine. You will be fine. Like you will be fine. Really.
Okay,
You'll
Smyly,
be
I
fine.
get 2 questions to give you. First one, we say, Jay-Z. How you feel about Jay-Z? The fact, see, since he come, he not show me anything since he come. That be the first question. Because he just did it, they do in things, he come on, I not really see then the head. But anyway, that be the first question. The second question we say, last season, you didn't have three games a week, traveling from country to country. You get Champions League tie away there you for rest players, but the Premiership tie to be important before you, because you for collect 3 points with this guy day on quarter leg, it day on quarter time. If you finish this game, it means say it tear the hamstring be that. I want to know from your perspective whether you think the squad is deep enough or is solid enough to be able to withstand the schedule. Because right now, at first, last season, you played 34 games also. I should say
They
the
played
Premiership,
a
you don't play
total
all the
number
38.
of. They played a total number of 40.
We played the minimum possible.
The most. Do you know
know
how
how
crazy
crazy
that
that
there are
is?
teams in the championship that played more games than United? It's
You know
crazy.
their
crazy.
team, every team
Hey,
in the championship played more games than
every
you know
team
their
played more
teams in the
games.
championship. They play 46 matches, so by default they played
See,
more matches. Than
no, but
Bro.
but Smiley, 40 games to now playing. Now I think it was 60 to 70. I lie.
Or even at the low end, it's like 55 minimum.
Okay,
50.
let's say 60 games a season now, which includes traveling with the squad size. How do you feel about that?
So here's the thing. First, okay, let me start with the Jay-Z. At the beginning of the window, one of our priorities was to sell him. The only thing about Zexi, nobody won't buy. You see, the worst thing that can happen to you is when you have a player you want to sell, and the only teams that are interested are Serie A teams. Serie A teams, you come either they will offer you loan with option to buy, or they will offer you some low ball offer, and it's spread across some 10 years. So they will pay you some 1 million, 1 million, 1 million every year. So the thing is, we don't have an offer that is good enough to sell him for. And at the same time, too, I think he be one of those players where preseason come, he go fit deceive you with someone too. Because the thing about Zexi is that you can tell that he's one of those players who in training, he's like Ronaldinho. He go fit do bust your mind. He go fit do anything. And then when it comes to the real matches, it's because he came from Syria. That intensity, he plays. You can see that he plays the ball in slow motion in his head, and it shows on the pitch. So in training, he's very impressive. And then it comes to the actual pitch, and then he's always a step slower than everybody else. So the thing is, preseason, he impressed. He scored a few very impressive goals. So one particular goal, he dribbled the whole defense. So you can see that it probably gave them some question marks. Hey, maybe this be the season where things go kick on for And you know, United we did on a chisel life where we no one overpay for anybody or anything. So they are looking around and they're seeing that okay, even if we let him go, who can we get who would be suitable enough to replace him as a backup striker? Because right now, if you want to go search backup striker, you probably for pull out some 60 million. Chelsea won't scam people with Nicolas Jackson. You say you won't pay 60 million for backup striker, like where you hear something before. So right now, that's the corner we find ourselves in. That
Maza,
we can't
make you not talk about my striker. He scored 20, almost 20 goals in first season, no penalties. Don't angry me. Make Zexi no any penny Billie Jean. Don't angry me at all.
So anyway, the main problem is that we wanted to sell him, but we don't have a good enough offer to sell him for. So right now, it still might be on the table. Me, preferably, we'll sell him and go and get Hendrick on loan or something, just as a backup. It gives us a different option. Because Hendrick, since he burst onto the scene, I've put the tag on him that he's the next Aguero because he tick all the boxes. He'll be very short and stout, but he gets power just like Aguero. He's the same height as Aguero, 5'8". He has a very powerful shot on him. He has, and he's also Bobby Charlton is his favorite player too. So allegedly, so for me, I get some emotional connection to him. So that's my ideal transfer.
I had an emotional connection to Vinny Jr. too. You not be anything. You make me just move on.
I can't believe you people allowed yourself to be used like that.
It wasn't used. It wasn't used. It not be used, Mama Mata. But anyway, you may continue.
Anyway,
he wasn't leaving Madrid.
Honestly, I feel like it wasn't as clear cut as that. I feel like there was because even from Mourinho's comments, I feel like there was a small window of opportunity, and I feel like if for a world class player like Vinny, I don't mind if you stick your neck out there, you put your heart on the line, hoping you get in. If it is Elliot Anderson and Mateus Fernandez way seems to die for them with the but for me, even if there's a 5% chance that you can get a world class player of the ilk
world class,
you should try for it. Winger. That one there, I don't fault you for trying. That one there. But anyway, the part about our squad depth, I feel like at the moment, our squad depth, like Van Gelder pointed out, like we have De Ligt coming back, we have Lisandro Martinez coming back. I feel like the defense, it's okay. Because right back, you have Mazraoui and Dalot. Left back, you have Shaw, and Dogu is supposed to be a left back. Right now, he puts for him. I'm not going to talk say he puts for him head. We put for him say he be the next Gareth Bale because it comes cause of 1 or 2 nice goals. So United fans, you know how we will not get restraints. You go pump your head, put all sorts of things for head inside. So right now, he himself, if you say he can't get that kind of ego where it's like he feels like left back is now beneath him. So that kind of things. If you try to bring him back to left back, he could try to do some tantrums and things. But in the end, for me, he'd be left back. Then center back options. Yes, Dogu.
You are mad. So, you don't know how. You don't have somebody to tell you that you are mad. Make you go play the left back or make you go to bench. They can't throw tantrum on who.
So anyway, the center back, the center back options. We have De Ligt, we have Maguire, we have Euro, we have Heaven, and we have
Martinez.
And we have Martinez. Yeah, so we have 5 center backs. Midfield, I feel like midfield, we have a very good mix of midfielders. And we also have this midfielder coming through the academy. His name is Jim Thwaites. He's actually a very decent midfielder. Like, for me, I feel like he's one of those who, if you give him enough time, at the very minimum, he can be like, I don't want to say McTominay level because McTominay, okay, I'll say McTominay level. It's just that I feel like he's a more talented midfielder. McTominay, we misprofiled him for his entire time. And that one, I feel sorry for the fact that me too, I was part of the poll was misprofiling him. He was supposed to be a box crasher. They would play him as a DM. So that one, these days, I try not to be too harsh on him. So midfield, I think if Mount manages to stay fit, that means that we have 6 good midfielders who you can rotate at any point in time. It's when you come to the attack where, on paper, yes, we have good attacking options. Yes, we have on left wing, we have Cunha and Rashford. On paper, it's a decent attack. They are decent options to have. Right wing, on paper, we have Ahmad and we have Mbeumo. On paper, too, is a decent mix. But like I said, Mbeumo, the only way you can get anything out of him right now is if you're playing him as a striker. As a winger, you're not getting anything out of him unless you're playing on the counter. Then as the strikers right now, we have Sesko and Zegzi. Sesko, I like him a lot, but at the same time, he didn't have a preseason at all because another player who last season, in April, he had a knock. That's knock, even now where they return from the knock. Knock where there's first, he missed out
on the entire preseason. Go bulk up now.
That's why he go bulk up because April, they said he had a shin injury, shin bruise. How does your shin get bruised and you miss 3 months? Which kind of bruise which part of your body they bruise when you miss 3 months?
You sure say people know the fight for that? They sound to me like people, then they really knock people for because how?
My suspicion is that he actually had a fracture and they played it off as a bruise because there's no other explanation. Who was it? was one of our rivals. Was it City or Liverpool or somebody? We play them, then push them, make it go enter the billboards, the hoardings for the side, and that's how he got that bruise, and he missed out
Ah,
on 3 months. Yeah.
oh, that's not a normal
So
Sometimes
bruise
hairline,
then.
some hairline fracture or something like that.
that's my
Hairline
suspicion. It
come
was a
inside.
fracture, and they just played it off as a bruise. But I hate it when you play off these things, because then I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on the player. Like, if once and for all you say, okay, this guy is out for 3 months, you know that 3 months you've written him off for in your head. But I feel like this is one of the things that we did with Delict that made fans get angry with him, because it was like, oh, he'll just be out for 1 week. 1 week can pass. Oh, just another 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks. Oh, 1 month to be back. So in the mind of fans, it feels like the guy is getting multiple injuries rather than just one long-term injury that you know that, okay, we can write you off for the next 6 months. But when it's in your mind, oh, he might be back next week, lineup come, they more, then it build up the frustration, and it makes the fans be
Yeah, welcome to the
unnecessarily
club.
upset with him.
You know, be anything special. Me make it no worry. Then do we plus Saka? We never bought. It just be normal.
So yeah, honestly, like in the end, I feel like United, there are still a lot of positives. I feel like we've been sensible in the window. United, like every time teams I understand why we are moving the way we are moving, because the main thing they've kept repeating is that they don't want teams to see us as pushovers again. In fact, they said teams and agents, because we've it looks like we became known as a team that, oh, Jimmy, if you get some player where you want to throw them away, United will be there for you. So agents they use we, teams they use we. If you not say if you say this player be 80 million, United will negotiate plus you the whole summer. In the end, we still go pay that 80 million. So right now they won't change that narrative around us. So I feel like it's worth it sacrificing certain luxuries this season just to clear that type of stigma. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think Corey's about to leave us right now.
I do
And
think I also do think you're probably doing your rebuilding phases. Last year you
yes,
spent all your money on your
attack
attack. This
this
season you spent
season
all your money on your
midfield.
midfield. So if
It's just that
somebody
the
decides
risk,
defense,
the
make
risk with
them wait
that
till next
type
year.
of the risk with that type of very specialized rebuild is that by next summer, right now in my mind, we have to replace Mbeumo again, and we might probably, depending on how Cunha's season goes, we might have to replace him too. So I don't know. It's preferable. Like, I mean, I understand why the midfield we needed three, because in the end we came into this summer with just Menu and Mason Mount actually as our senior midfielders. Those were because Ugarte to the plan was to let him go in any case. So it was just Menu and Mason Mount. Mason Mount is half a midfielder, so we're always going to need three midfielders this summer. So
Just a quick
yeah,
one. How much you buy Ugarte for?
Oh my gosh, that guy's still there. I forgot about him.
we want Joao Neves. For some reason, we go give PSG 60 million for Ugarte. PSG use that same 60 million go sign Joao Neves. So why we just not take that money go sign Joao Neves in the first place?
Because if you
Like,
go there, like then go collect 80 from you.
I mean, all the money in the way the narrative we are trying to change about ourselves, because I
I
know
do
that
remember when you guys were looking to sign Neves, a lot of United fans were like, no, we don't want him, he's too small.
United fans don't get sense. But anyway, like